Hello friends, this video on breathing and exchange of gases part 7 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now let us see, now we have discussed all the parts of the human respiratory system. Now amongst all these parts, there are most of the parts they play an important role in conduction, and only one of them play an important role in the process of exchange. So let us see which are the conducting and exchange part of respiratory system. So if you look at all the parts which we have discussed, starting from nostrils, nasal cavity, pharynx, trachea, lungs, bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. So we discussed all these parts. So if you look at the overall process of how air passes through the respiratory system, the air comes inside. The air passes through the nostrils and then the nasal cavity. So they are actually helping in the process of conduction. That is, they are helping the air to get conducted from one part to another. From nasal cavity it passes to the pharynx, from pharynx it gets into the trachea, from trachea it gets into the bronchi, from bronchi it gets into the bronchioles. From bronchioles it goes to the alveoli. What happens once it goes to the alveoli? So from alveoli the gases just do not move into the blood just like that. So there has to be an exchange, because the alveoli will give oxygen to the blood vessels. Similarly, the blood vessels will give carbon dioxide to the alveoli. So basically in this case an exchange is taking place. That is why alveoli is known as the exchange part of the respiratory system. So alveoli forms the exchange part of the respiratory system, and all these parts together form the conducting part of the respiratory system, because they help in conduction. So if you see here, so when the air is conducted from nostrils to nasal cavity, there is no exchange taking place. It is not that oxygen is passed from nostrils to nasal cavity, so something else is getting passed from nasal cavity to nostrils. So there is no exchange taking place. It is just that the air is getting conducted till the alveoli, but once it reaches alveoli, it just cannot move to the blood capillaries just like that. So there has to be exchange. So oxygen will get in, carbon dioxide, oxygen will get out and carbon dioxide will get in, and this takes place, this exchange will take place by the process of diffusion. Now how this exchange will take place, that we will see later in this lesson itself. So now that we have understood the overall parts of the respiratory system, let us look at the steps of respiration. So let us look at the overall steps of the process of respiration. The first step would be pulmonary ventilation or breathing. Breathing would involve only the taking in of oxygen and giving out of carbon dioxide. So in breathing, what will happen? Oxygen-rich air will be taken in, and carbon dioxide rich air will be breathed out. So that would be the process of breathing, which is also known as pulmonary ventilation. The next step would be exchange of gases across alveoli. Now once the oxygen rich air is taken in, it will pass through all the respiratory organs and it will finally reach alveoli, where exchange of gases will take place. That means oxygen should go into the blood and carbon dioxide from blood should come into the alveoli. So the exchange of gases would take place. Third step would be the transport of gases by blood. Now let us suppose once the oxygen is sent from alveoli to blood needs to carry it to different parts of the body. So blood will carry oxygen from alveoli to different parts of the body, and blood will also carry oxygen from different parts of the body. Blood will also carry carbon dioxide from different parts of the body to the alveoli. So that is the transport by blood. The next step would be exchange of gases between blood and tissues. As I said, now once the blood will carry the oxygen to different parts of the body, again there has to be an exchange between the blood and the tissues. For example, here what happens at this stage, at the alveoli? At alveoli, between alveoli and blood, what happens? Oxygen is given to the blood and blood gives carbon dioxide to the alveoli. Now what will the blood do? Blood will carry the oxygen to different parts of the body. Right, that is what it will do, because carbon dioxide it has already given to the alveoli, so it has taken in oxygen, so it will carry this oxygenated blood and it will take it to different parts of the body. Now when I say different parts of the body, they are nothing but different tissues of the body. So what will happen between the blood and the tissues? So now the blood will give the oxygen to the tissues, and what will the tissues do? Now the inside the tissues are the cells where cellular respiration is going on, where carbon dioxide is getting produced as a byproduct. So the tissues in turn will give the carbon dioxide to the blood. So again exchange of gases will take place between blood and tissues. Right, so these are the two places where the real exchange of gases take place. That is, one gas is given and the other gas is taken. So here also exchange of gases will take place. And the last part is cellular respiration. That is the actual oxidation of glucose molecules to produce energy and carbon dioxide, which takes place inside each and every cells present inside these tissues. So all these steps together form the entire process of respiration. So now we are going to discuss about the process of breathing, then we will talk about the exchange of gases concept, and then we will talk about the transport of gases concept. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more videos, attempt free online test, get free study material, find tutors and mentors. Thank you once again.